Ian from Lean Media. Do you want to learn how to optimize a sponsored brand campaign? Well, you're in luck today because I'm going to walk through an actual living, breathing sponsored brand campaign that I have on my Amazon advertising account, and I'm going to show you what I do. Basically, how I get things to be performing pretty high. And one thing I'd like to point out, I am performing at a pretty high level. You can see just for this single campaign, the past 30 days, I've spent $35 Canadian dollars, and my sales have been nearly $500. So I'm pretty experienced at doing this, and I think I have a couple insights that might help other sellers too. So let's get to it. And also, if this video helps you, please take a moment to like it and follow me. So let's get going here. So one thing that I like to do when I first come to my little dashboard for a campaign is get rid of the information that has no relevance to how I make decisions. One of those things which may surprise you is I don't care about our ROAS, return on advertising spend. I just think it's a misleading and kind of a devious number that Amazon puts out there as something that you should strive for. But the problem that I have with it, in a nutshell, is that it doesn't take into account all of your costs. So it's really giving you, I think, a skewed vision of what's going on with your advertising. Even though if a so-called Amazon advertising guru looked at this, they'd be very impressed with a nearly 14 ROAS. I just don't use it for my campaigns. Actually, the data that I do use for my campaigns, it's basically the number of sales and the amount of spend and the spend per sale. Like, I keep track of that in my head, or I create a spreadsheet to track that number, because I know what my profit level is, and if my spend per sale is under my profit level, I'm doing okay. Of course, I want to keep the difference as large as possible. But ROAS is not a helpful number for me, so I just get rid of it. Similarly, when I look at the columns here, I customize the columns and I get rid of anything, ACOS, ROAS, this NTB thing, new to brand thing. I mean, I think that Amazon created some of these metrics, first of all, to compete with Facebook advertising, and secondly, to serve some of their more advanced customers who are using Amazon advertising. But for what I do, it's not useful. So I've really stripped things down. Basically, what I want to know is the keywords, the bid that I have on it, impressions, clicks, click-through rate, spend, cost per click, orders, and sales. So these are the numbers that I really look at. Now, I'm gonna walk you through this pretty quickly. But the thing that I'm really paying attention to, just when I'm scrolling through the keywords like this, is looking at the keywords that have actually resulted in sales. That's what it's all about. We want keywords that result in sales, and having the right bid levels for that. Taking a look at this keyword right here, genealogy. This is actually relevant to the product. I have a bid that's higher than the top spending keyword, I should say, but it's not getting any sales at all. So one other thing that I should say. Oftentimes, what I'll be doing is I'll be sorting this by spend or by sales. Sorting it by spend is a useful metric because it helps you identify basically the keywords that you may be wasting money on, or the keywords that are really working out. So I've just sorted it by spend, and things look a little bit different here. So let's go back to this again. Actually, this keyword, genealogy, it's still there. So I'm going to come to that in a second. So you can see my top spending keyword, family tree chart, spent $13. Got $80 worth of sales in 2 orders. So while the $80 for a $13 spend looks pretty good, I'm actually looking at the number of orders per spend. So it looks like the spend per order, or the spend per sale, if you want to look at it that way, it's about $6.50, $6.75. That's actually pretty high. I like it to be lower than that. On the other hand, because it does have a high click-through rate, it is a performing keyword. I'm going to keep things as they are. Similarly, the next one below that this is actually in my book, it's a really high performing keyword. 3 orders on an $8 spend, so that's like what, $2.66 or something like that per sale. So that's excellent. I'm going to keep that there. I'm actually bidding pretty high on this for me. But we're going to keep that there. So you can see there's 2 genealogy keywords. Of course, these are different types of keywords. Amazon sorts keywords into if it's an exact keyword, if it's a broad category, or if it's a phrase type of match. I don't have time to really look into which type they are. It doesn't really matter because, as I said, I'm just looking at the results. So this keyword here, the third keyword, genealogy, I have problems here. So I'm bidding 44 cents per keyword. It's gotten 42 clicks and not a single sale. On the other hand, the cost per click is pretty low. So, I should think, well, gee, is it worth keeping it around like that? One thing I can do actually, if I see the CPC is so low, but my bid is relatively high, I'm just going to lower the cost per click. I mean, I do like getting cheap cost per click. So I can ride that for a bit longer. Sometimes though, when I see that I have a lot of clicks on a particular keyword, and I'm spending a lot on it, like the cost per click is actually bumping right up against a higher level bid. I'll just kill the keyword off. I'll just turn it off because I'm just wasting money at that point. Usually, what I'm looking for, if I'm getting 10 keywords, sorry, not 10 keywords, 10 clicks, I want to see at least one sale for that. Maybe it can be a little bit higher than that, and I'll still work it out. But if I'm getting 42 clicks and 0 orders, 0 sales, then that's when I really start looking at whether it's worth keeping those that particular keyword active or dropping the bid a little bit or doing some other adjustment. So I just made the adjustment to lower my bid level because I can see the cost per click is actually not that much. It's not really a high performing keyword, and it's not worth it for me to be spending 44 cents per click when 9 cents will work it out. So I'm going to drop it to 22 cents. I could actually even drop it lower to 11 cents. By the way, you may notice that I have all my keyword bids in multiples of 11. There's a reason for that. That means I know that I set it to what I like to, my method of setting things. If it's not a multiple of 11 cents, that means that I either took their suggested bid or maybe somebody else was helping me out and they decided to mess around with the bid. So this is a way for me to look at the bids and know that I actually set those up, and this is something that I've been working on. Okay, going down here. So the next one, I think that looks okay. One sale, $2.20. That's pretty good. Genealogy gift. So there's quite a few clicks on this one, but again, this is a very low CPC. So I might just drop this again. Just drop it to 22 cents. Next one, this is excellent. 2 orders for $1.46. So that's 75 cents per order. That's per order, not per click. So that's a really good one. In a case like this, what I actually might do is bump this up because that seems to be performing pretty well. Actually, interestingly, the cost per click is so low, but I want to just basically give Amazon's algorithms a chance to see, hey, this guy is bidding high on it, and this keyword seems to be doing pretty well. So maybe give me a little bit more slack on that. I don't need to do it because the CPC is so low. But in this case, I'm just going to juice a little bit. And what happens actually with low CPCs like this? There's trends that take place. There's seasonal trends. There's a rush of shoppers coming in. There's slow periods after a big sale or after a big holiday. So sometimes things may look pretty low, but then they'll pick up later on. So I can just basically keep on going through this and making adjustments, as I see fit. Here's a situation where 8 clicks total, so that's not a lot of data to go on, but I might just reduce this anyways because so far hasn't seen any results and so on. But anyways, that's my basic step for evaluating keywords in campaigns and in sponsored brand campaigns. And I'll do this every few weeks, like I always say. If for Amazon advertising campaigns, it's kind of like tending a garden. You just have to go back there and weed things out a little bit or make adjustments, run the sprinkler, so to speak. And this is what I do to make sure that I'm not overspending on campaigns and also really optimizing the campaigns for better sales, hopefully. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it and follow me, and I'll see you next time.